watching Numbskull News, and today I was going to do a video about Big Ten expansion and SEC expansion, but in light of a certain meeting that's going to take place in the Pac tomorrow, I'm going to switch it up and do the truth about Big 12 expansion. The whole truth, nothing but the truth. Throw some cold water on some of y'all's asses right now. All right, well, the Pac-12 meeting, the Pac-12 meeting tomorrow is about clarity, right? We've heard this before. All right, Mr. DiStefano, or whatever the hell you say his name, from Colorado, got a little antsy. Colorado got real antsy. They wanted some clarity less than 2 weeks ago. They didn't get any. Week later, they're gone. Big 12. New team, new again. So, the rest of the four corners, Arizona, Arizona State, Utah, want some clarity. That's the truth. Oregon and Washington, they kind of know. I mean, you had Kase that was just in that executive committee. She knows the partners. She knows the money. I'm sure she shared that with Oregon. I'm sure they know. Now, they would like to see if there's any updates, so they're on board with this. Hey, let's have a meeting and get some clarity, of course. And of course, we know the clarity that they're going to get. They're going to get the clarity of Apple. That's what they're going to get. Apple. 80 or more % streaming. Apple will allow some linear, not tier 1, and more than likely not tier 2. They want the best games. They're paying the freight. That's what they want. You're not the Big Ten, where Fox will give a little bit to NBC and CBS to up the money and yada, yada, yada. No, this is Apple. They want to control your ass. I've said it before. I'll say it again. And it's not just me. It's Mr. Oran. It's people. It's big time media people in sports business that are saying this. Apple's the only option. They're the only ones that are not out. Everybody else is. But good news, they will allow a dash of linear. But that's all there is. The money, you're lucky if they offer you 25 at this point. I guarantee you it'll be less than 25 at this point. You just lost Denver. You just lost a whole state. You think you're going to make more? You already lost Southern California. Now you lost another state. Because trust me, Stanford and Cal doesn't mean shit. They are not representative of California. Southern California is where it's at in football, and that's what this is all about, is football. So after they get all the good news tomorrow, the truth is Arizona will be coming. Arizona State, it's a 90% chance they're going to come with them. What we've heard over and over and over again is Arizona State does not want to play on a streamer. Arizona State, of all teams, have a demand. They don't want to be on a streamer. It's a problem for the Sun Devils. So I'll give it 90% chance there. Utah, and I know there's been shit talk. A ton. I know a lot of Big 12 fans would rather sleep with their mother than have Utah join the conference. However, 75% chance. That's the truth. And it's a good business move. Once they come into the conference, things will smooth over. And everyone will realize the Holy War is a damn good matchup. And it's worth money. It helps the conference. It's okay that they're here. Another truth. Washington. That's right. The Huskies. 50-50 chance they come to the Big 12. Unlike Oregon, Washington is operating on a deficit. No, they're not losing money like Washington State or Cal. They're not broke, but they're not making money. That's the problem. That's a big problem that no one's talking about with the Pac. This is one of the truths of Big 12 expansion. They can't get money and security in the Pac. They can get it with the Big 12. And not to mention, you sprinkle on the exposure on top of that with Fox and ESPN, which the Pac can't offer. But I will say this: Arizona State, Utah, you better bring your ass, because waiting in the wings is UConn. And UConn is very real for the Big 12. This isn't a smokescreen. This is a real option. Your Mark wants him, and he's earned the right to make a pick. If he can get them paid for on some level where it does not come out of any of the 13 members right now in the Big 12, if it doesn't come out of their pocket and he can get them paid for, whether that's $18 million a year, $20 million a year, or a full ride, then he deserves the right, if UConn is willing to come, to get him. And what a freaking ad that would be. A juggernaut basketball brand, men's and women's. And I know people want to shit all over their football. I get it. I understand it. Understand this: Colorado won one game last year, and I believe on average lost all the rest of the games by 29 points on average. UConn played in a bowl last year. They won 6 games. You tell me. In Colorado, I mean, their basketball is non-existent. UConn just won a championship. The women's side is legendary. The number 1 women's program in the country. UConn. One of the top men's program in the country. UConn. So, if Arizona State wants to stick around in the Pac, I will gladly take UConn in a second. In a second. I know Arizona State has a massive alumni base. They're in a great market of Phoenix. I take nothing away from them. UConn is right next to New York City. They're a bigger draw in New York City than Rutgers. I think I'll take that if you want to be a prick. If you want to wait around. We ain't got to wait around. That's the truth of Big 12 expansion. We have power and stroke. We do. We have leverage. We can do pretty much within reason what we want to do right now. If Arizona wants to blink, we can be off getting UConn. If Utah doesn't want to come, we don't need you. Now, we could use you, sure, but we don't need you. It's you guys who need us. Over here in the trailer park. That's the truth. That's the truth. For some of you guys, outside of Oregon and Washington, we are the only option, people. We're where it's at. You want security? You want to play great, fun games? You want to be relevant? This is where it's at. It's not in the Pac-9. It's here in the Big 12. Or the Big 13 right now. Soon to be 14, maybe more. That's the truth. On that Washington point, I know a lot of people are, there's no way. Bullshit. They can't afford to go independent. Oregon may decide to go independent, say, hell no, we'll never come to the Big 12. I only got maybe a 5%, 10% that Oregon would come to the Big 12. I got Washington way higher. Independence costs money. It's expensive to do. It's hard to pull off. Ask BYU. Hell, ask Notre Dame. I know they're rolling in dough, right? It's not easy. It's not easy. Not every team can do it. I think Oregon could pull off independence for a couple of years till they get into the Big Ten, if that's what they choose to do. Washington, it's a different story. And it's a great program. But when you're already operating at a deficit, albeit not a huge deficit, but a deficit, that deficit will grow with independence. It just will. And the truth is, there is no guarantee of the Big Ten. Not this year, not next year, not 5 years from now. There's no guarantee. You just don't know. Look at San Diego State. Look at them. Right? They thought they had something. Now they don't. Don't let it be you. That's the truth. Anyway, that's all I got for today. I'll throw some other crap out there soon enough. Bye.